This week we're going to go into battle to get great portraits.
Adorama TV presents Exploring Photography with Mark Wallace, where you will learn innovative techniques on shooting a wide range of photography. Here's your host, Mark Wallace.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Exploring Photography. I'm Mark Wallace. Well, if you're a beginning photographer and you're asked to get a nice portrait of somebody in an environment like this, it might feel like you are at war with your environment. There's just no good light, the background looks horrible, but I'm going to tell you 5 things you can do to get a great portrait when you're outside in a horrible environment like this. So we're going to run to battle and get some great stuff. So number 1, the first thing you want to do is run for cover. That's right, you don't want to shoot out here in this horrible light. You want to get into the shade. So I'm going to run over here to the shade. Yes, so much better. Now over here in the shade, I am being joined by Carissa and Kelsey. Hi guys. And so what we're going to do is we are going to take portraits of Carissa. Now the nice thing is about running to cover is now we have nice soft light. It's not so harsh. And not only are we running to cover to find some kind of shade, it doesn't matter what kind of shade, you just need to get into the shade. Also look for a background that isn't the sky. And so way back behind us there's a building and some trees, and that's going to make it a little bit darker, and so we don't have to have this crazy exposure. So what we're going to do now is, Carissa, let's have you go back almost all the way to the end of the shade, and I'm going to come up here, and we are going to do number 2, which is use a big gun. That's right. On your kit lens, if you've got a camera with a kit lens, you'll notice that you have like a 55 to maybe 200 or 300 millimeter lens. Well, you don't want to get really close to your subject and use the short end of the lens. Oh no, you want to use the big guns. You want to zoom all the way in. And the reason for that is it's going to narrow the angle of view. It's going to clean things up. It's going to isolate your subject and give you a great shot. Now also, you need to set your camera to attack mode. That's right, there's a little mode right here. It's called A for attack. Actually, it's not A for attack, it's A for aperture priority mode. But if you can remember A for attack, that's going to be great. What that will do is it will allow the aperture to open wide up, and that will give you a nice shallow depth of field. Now, if you don't know what that means, it doesn't matter. What it really means is the background is going to fall away. Now, one important thing to remember is you need to set your aperture value to the lowest number possible. So on this camera right now, 5.6 is the lowest number. So it doesn't matter what it is, just go to the lowest number possible. All right, the other thing we want to do is we want to blast them. That's right, we want to use a flash to really make things pop. To help me out with that, we have Kelsey, and Kelsey has this. This is a flash, and it's inside this nice Rogue FlashBender. It's a diffusion kit. If you don't know exactly which one, that's okay. Just look at the links at the bottom of this video if you're watching on YouTube, and I'll have a link exactly to this product. And what this is going to do is it's going to pop a little bit of light into Carissa's face to give her a little bit of separation from the background. But we don't really want to just have a bare flash. Oh no, we're going to blast them. But number 5, we're going to soften the blow. So we're adding this nice diffusion panel so we get nice soft light. So we're going to have Kelsey go all the way really close to Carissa. We're going to put all these things together. We ran to cover. We're using our big gun. We have our camera set to attack. We're going to blast them and we're going to soften the blow. Let's put all that stuff together, take a few shots, and I'll show you how this works. All right, we're all set up. And oh, I forgot to tell you one thing. How do I make that flash fire? Well, on this Nikon, what I have is a built-in trigger for that flash. If you've got a Canon, you might have the new radio-controlled Canons. You could use a Pocket Wizard. It doesn't matter. There are a bunch of different ways that you can trigger a remote flash. And if you don't know exactly how to do that, well, check her out, Adorama TV and Adorama Learning Center, because we have a bunch of episodes specifically about triggering remote flashes. So let's get to it. We have everything set up. Carissa is looking right at me. Give me a smile. Perfect. We're going to do 2 more there. Yes, that is great. Look at that. We've got a great portrait that we shot using our 5 tricks. So there you have it. Remember, run to cover, set your camera into attack mode, use a big gun, blast them, and soften the blow. You're going to get some great portraits that work every single time. Well, thank you for joining me this week. Remember, there are always tips and tricks at the Adorama Learning Center, and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode right here on Adorama TV. Well, sometimes if you're challenged to sorry, let me start over. I gotta sneeze. The sun is melting me. I gotta sneeze. Sneeze it. Sneeze. Wow. I hope you don't get attacked by that bird.
Want to get the most out of your Adorama photography equipment? Visit our Learning Center, where you can read popular articles, how-to tips, buying guides, and product reviews.